It's what you do in a room when it's empty and the lights are low, when no one's there but you. That's when real integrity shows up. Integrity is just not a possession. It's not genetics. Integrity is a practice. It's something we do. Just like we get up and we do things to take care of our body in the morning and wash our face and brush our teeth. Integrity's like that too. It's a practice. It's not really what you say on your LinkedIn page or what you say to other people throughout the day. It's different. It's not about being perfect either. We're not looking for perfect people. That's not even possible. Where it takes its biggest toll is in leadership. When leaders don't honor their word. When leaders say one thing and do another. All we have to do is look and we can see that in our everyday life. See, people do not actually follow titles. They follow people who match their view of the world. We're looking for coherence. So if I'm following a leader and that leader matches something that I'm doing, but I have no integrity, then it starts to unravel. But when a leader aligns their word and their actions, that's when we discover what real leadership looks like. It's like trust becomes oxygen because the words and the actions match. Not the person is perfect, but the dance is perfect. Today I want to introduce you to a whole nother way of looking at integrity. Because we also love the movie version of integrity. You know, where the hero comes running down the bottom of the hill on the horse and grabs the girl and goes, "On my honor, I will always be there for you." We love that, but that's also Hollywood. So it was Christmas, it was during the holidays, and my daughter and I were getting ready to go home to be with the family, the most exciting time of the year. It's about doing all the things that you do to prepare for being with family members. We go in, we shop, we come out of Walmart with some things that we really needed for the holiday season, and get in the car and I reach in my pocket and my wallet's not there. Now, mostly when you think about this, you want to panic, but we didn't. At that time, we just thought, okay, well, let's just look for it. So we're looking on the ground, we're looking in the car, we're walking around the parking lot looking for it. So we get in the car and we're getting ready to drive and the phone rings and my mom's calling and she's going, "Did you lose something?" I said, no, I don't think so. She said, "Somebody brought your wallet to the house." I was like, "Really?" "Yeah, there was a woman that drove up here, brought the wallet, gave it to us. We turned the car around, right? And we start driving back to the house. All excited, walk in the house. My mother hands me the wallet. And I'm like, yes, there is hope for humanity. So I'm now opening up the wallet and I'm going through the sections. All the cards are there, my diner's card, all of the little tchotchkes you have in your wallet. Then I open up a section, unzip it, the money is gone. And then I feel myself again. I'm just like, what is happening here? I think we should probably look at this more as humanity. A lot of times we look at the parts we want to look at. But in this particular instance, I'm really present to my own humanity and others. Like 1 minute, we can be so truly great and really want to make a difference. And we do it. And then something hits us sideways and we do something we know does not work. Like literally does not work. We could make this into something wrong. But if we started looking at our humanity, our ability to make that vast swing in judgment, we could start to consider something else that all of us want to look at is what I'm doing here. Why am I doing this? And what impact is it having on the world at large? The real world of integrity and how it can empower your life. So I'm not really talking about morality. Morality is cultural. So that's not the type of integrity we're talking about. We're talking about integrity as something that's structural. What do I mean by structural? Well, it's a design to it. And we're going to call that, is my life working? Have I created the things that have me be real, honor my word? So it's a design. And today we want to talk about how it's designed where you can be a great leader be great wherever you go, because out of practice, not out of morality or emotional at stakeness. So integrity is about how your life is working. Does your life work? So I want you to look inward and think about that. There's places in our life where it really is working. The places where it's not working is where integrity is not present as a practice. Sometimes we'll kind of look out in the world and think that someone's a villain, they're a bad person, and that's why the world is falling apart. That's not what's going on. Really, what's going on is they're doing things that do not work, where they're working with other people, whether they're working in a garden. They're not doing things that actually work to have the garden be successful. Integrity is about whether your life works, whether you're inside or you're outside. The whole point is, are your actions matching how you experience yourself? Are you walking the talk? Sometimes when your integrity's out, you'll start to over-explain things and say things over and over and over again. Clearly, you don't have your hands around it because you're trying to work through it. But the conversations don't have aliveness. The conversations are not making sense because you're saying one thing and being another. So society does not fall apart because there are villains. Society falls apart when at any moment of now, you're going one direction, knowing that it's not a match for what you gave your word to. And right now, we are watching compound interest of those deals. Because it doesn't happen all at once. It happens bit by bit by bit, where at one moment you just tell a little white lie, or the next moment you cut corners when you know you're supposed to do this in a particular way to get a particular outcome. It's when you lose your composure because you already know that you're off. It's like that. It's like it's leaking, like seeping. It's not all of a sudden it collapses. It's places where you're avoiding responsibility, places where you're trying to strategize your way out. That's when we lose our way rather than walking the talk. But you can fool a lot of people, but you can't fool yourself. So deep down inside, you know whether you're on point and whether you're not. So integrity is not inspirational, it's operational. And what we're asking you to do is to start to pay attention to your actions and what you're saying and doing. So it's not something we achieve. You don't graduate from it. You don't retire with it. You practice it in traffic. You practice it at work. You practice it everywhere you go, so it becomes a way of life, not a sometime thing I do whenever I feel like it. So the real question here is, how's your integrity right now? I'm not going to give you answers about it, but certainly want you to look at it and explore it for yourself. So I kind of want to leave you with that space rather than the space of trying to fix something. Let's start looking at what kind of difference do we want to make when we're not our better self, when we're not being who we know we could be. So thank you so much for being here today and spending some time with us. We love exploring. We'll go further exploring. FutureUs has a lot of stuff about becoming an extraordinary human being. And if you like what we did today, we'd like you to subscribe to FutureUs. Follow us. My name is Gene Lloyd. I'm the cultural architect. And until next time, keep on becoming.